beautiful souls and sisters. Kathleen here on this beautiful Sunday. I've got such a great view here looking out at the mountain. It's very sunny here, of course, in Arizona, although sometimes living by a mountain we do get some crazy weather sometimes. Rain, snow in the winter, of course. But anyway, I wanted to pop in and share some inspirational messages. I love these well-being cards from Esther Hicks, um, who, if you don't know Esther Hicks, she talks about the law of attraction and very positive messages on improving our lives. If you're watching this in the Empowered Sisters Facebook group, check out my poll when I'm asking what other types of things you want to see on the lives. Do you prefer to see guided meditations, inspirational, informational chit chat, more messages like this? Let me know in the poll. Also, this Wednesday is Navigate Your Path to Empowerment, 3 Keys to Thrive After Narcissistic Relationships. Remember to save your spot. Now, here in the live, you should find the link in the comments. So, that's this Wednesday. I'm going to be talking about some things on my story, how tough things were at times. Just to share with you, I understand when you've been through a trauma bond with a narcissist, maybe you're ruminating, maybe you're feeling stuck and can't move forward. I totally understand. So check out the link in the comments and do make sure you sign up for that. So if you're watching this live, which is the red box, the red live box in the corner, feel free to ask for a card as well. Hopefully I'll see your comments because I'm live on the laptop. Sometimes it's easier to see the comments when I'm on my phone. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get a message going. And this one's just like falling out of here. Gosh knows, with all of crazy news, the politics, and it's not just politics here in the US, but politics in other parts of the world. There's elections going on. We can use all the positivity we can get. So here's the card that was popping out. And it says, I choose to be here in this glorious physical body. To be this me has been my choice. And it's so true. You know, I hear people say, people who are maybe like angry with God, you know, maybe they used to go to church and they don't anymore. And I'm not saying whether you should or shouldn't. Some of us are kind of more on the spiritual side and whatever, whether you're in a religion or out of religion. You know, sometimes we get mad at God. You know, I was listening to an atheist the other day saying, you know, there can't be a God because look at, you know, cancer and children who are suffering and all the crazy things that are going on in the world. And he said that when he meets God, you know, at the pearly gates, he's going to be like, really? Why? Why did you do that? But it's been my belief in my studies that we choose to be here in this physical body. It's our choice. We're not being forced. And all these trials that we're going through, whether it's narcissistic abuse, recovery, or, you know, a gazillion other things, it's not because we were bad and now we have to be treated poorly and we have to suffer. It's because we chose to be here. We chose this path. I totally believe that with everything that I've been through, all the losses that I've had a few marriages, I've lost babies, I have no children, lost parents, step parents, there's been a lot of losses. And I looked into and I read and I studied and I was like, why? Why are you doing this to me, God? Why is it that I am going through all these horrible things and nobody else seems to be going through this that's, around me? And the only thing that made sense to me was the theory that we choose to be here and everything is about our choices. And I think, of course, in our to day life, it's about choices. That's what boundaries are. We make boundaries, we create boundaries um, because we choose to. And we have to really believe in ourselves and um, love ourselves enough to create those boundaries. But on the back of this card as well, it says, you chose the opportunity to experience this delicious contrast. It's an interesting way that Esther talks about good and bad. The contrast is the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the evil versus, all the positive things in the world. So we chose this delicious contrast and to co create with other joy seeking beings to find the process of deliberate thought. What, where, when, and with whom you create are your choices too. So there's a theory that before we even come into this life, that we chart things out. And even the narcissist, I know, hard to believe. My theory is that the lesson from the narcissist is self love, but there's a lot more that goes into that because if all we had to do was to do simple self love, things in our life, then we would solve all our problems, but that's not quite enough. So, anyway, I talk about empowerment a lot. The upcoming webinar is The Path to Empowerment. Navigate your path to empowerment. And when we realize, when it finally hits us that we can choose our life, whether it's before we came here or while we're here, that's what empowerment is all about. It's all about making those choices. I said that earlier and I'll say it again. So this it's a powerful message, a powerful card because choices, choosing, it really puts us in our power. So if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, why do you think maybe you chose that lesson? What lesson are you supposed to be getting during this life? It's an interesting thought, isn't it? So let's try another card. I'm going to pull this one. She says, the law of attraction, the most powerful universal law, is my friend. And if you don't know about the law of attraction, it has to do with us attracting into our life the things that we receive, the occurrences that happen. So, where do we put our focus? We need to put our focus on the things that are healthy for us, the things that we really want, and not what we don't want. It has to do with kind of like the power of positive thinking. We want to really focus on the positive things in our life, be grateful for them, so we get into a positive state of mind or positive feeling, and then we focus on other things that we want to create in our life. Many successful people in this world have known for ages, decades, centuries that this is the way that we create the life that we want. Getting into that positive mindset and positive feeling and focusing on what we want. But on the back of this card, she says, you create your every thought by the universal law of attraction. That which is like unto itself is drawn. Like whatever you're focusing on, you draw it to you. You are attracting the essence of whatever you are giving your attention to, wanted or unwanted. Um, I was just thinking about when I'm on Facebook, for example, and sometimes things come across my feed that are really negative, and you ever kind of feel that kind of gut punch of negativity of like, oh crap, I was feeling good till I saw that, and this is when it's good to sometimes weed things out of our life, people or things or whatever that are being negative, because we don't want to focus on the negative, because whatever we focus on, we attract into our life. If it's the whole theory of the glass is half full or half empty, which side are you focusing on? The positive half full side or the empty, half empty side? So that's where we need to focus on the cup that's the full part of the cup, the half full part, whatever it is, even if it's a fourth of a cup. Um, See the good that's in your life, and you will attract more good into your life. So that's a good one. So they tie together in a way, don't they? That we choose to be here, we choose this life, we choose these experiences, and then, where we put our focus is what we happen to attract into our life. So moving on. Let's just take horses. I love horses. So this one is all is well. Not a lot to say there. And it goes back to where we're putting our focus, right? Because if we are focusing on the negative, then we don't see things as all being well, do we? We see them as being terrible, awful, horrible. But this is reminding us that all is well, and there's always turmoil, and there's always bad news. And it always seems like the end of the world for one reason or another until we look at the good that's around us. So on the back it says, babies are beings from the non physical, eternally coming forth for the creation of that which they decide. The babies are wanting so much for you to know that all is well. It's like when we come into this life as a baby, we're pure positive energy. Well, we do cry, I guess, and whine and poop our diapers or whatever, but we we're in our purest form. When we first come in, we haven't been tainted by trauma and experiences and people telling us that we can't do things, right? And when I work with people, we talk about, eventually we get into fears, limiting beliefs, all the things that are holding us back for what we do want to create. Because I help people heal their past and create their future. So we've got to heal the trauma, but then we've also got to look at what fears are holding us back. Well, fears have generally been created by trauma, something that happened in the past. And now we feel like, we're afraid. We're afraid of going down that path because it might happen again. Or we believe that things aren't going to work for us because it didn't work in the past. So think about your fears, think about your beliefs, and know that all is well, no matter what, no matter how difficult things are. And I feel like I want to pull another one. I was going to do 3, but anyway. Just looking here. Just checking out my live video. Sometimes things get a little stuck. So, anyway. Let's pull another card. Let's see. This one is really standing out. So this 4th card says, it is my dominant intent to look for what I want to see. So it's all woven together, isn't it? It's like seeing the positive. What do you want to see? We can look at the news and see all the terrible things that are being said. We can look out the window and see nature who's not paying any attention to what's going on in the world. The trees are growing, the leaves are coming out, the flowers are growing, the plants have fruit on them. They're just doing their thing. So look for what you want to see, not what you don't want to see. Um, you ever notice if you start your day in a negative way with a negative thought, it seems like more and more negative things keep happening. It's this snowball effect. We can create a positive snowball effect when we focus on the positive. So on the back of this, it says, as you deliberately look for the things to appreciate, praise, or enjoy, you achieve vibrational harmony with your own source and with all that is good. And then the powerful law of attraction brings more good things to you. So look for things to appreciate, praise, or enjoy. And then you get in harmony with the things that are aligned with you, the things that, your authentic life, the things that, the best things for you in your life. So do look for that. Look for what you want to see. So to go over these messages again, I choose to be here, really about empowerment here, really about choice. Law of attraction is most powerful law. We create our life based on thoughts, where we're putting our focus, how we feel. It's my dominant intent to look for what I want to see and appreciate, praise, or enjoy. And of course, all is well. No matter what crazy stuff is happening now, floods, hurricanes, disasters, politics, evil people, whatever. And it goes back to, someone asked me the other day, by the way, what if a certain president gets in and this one doesn't get in, and oh my gosh, how are we going to live? And it's like, well, it goes back to that message about focusing on the positive, focusing on what's good in the world, because the world's going to keep turning, and there's going to be another election, in 4 more years, and things are going to change again, and then we'll be stressed out again. So, it just keeps happening no matter what. So, anyway, do sign up for the Navigate Your Path to Empowerment. Check out the comments and leave a comment if you enjoyed the messages here. How do they relate to you? How have they helped you? Have you learned this yourself in the past through trial and error? So I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Give a like, give a comment, and let me know, would you like more positive messages? Would you like a meditation? Would love to know what you enjoy in these live videos. So thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you Wednesday. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I really look forward to seeing you there. So let's live a positively empowered life and smile and enjoy and feel good about what we have in this beautiful world. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.